I'm Dane Spotts, and this is episode 3 of The Law of Attraction. In episode 1 and 2, we covered the fundamentals of how the law of attraction works within the universe's information matrix, and how your mind needs to eliminate self-sabotage thinking before making the system work as effectively and quickly as you want. That lays the basic groundwork for what's next, which is the active part of the system. The Visioneering Protocol, which is the technique for creating a future blueprint using your innate powers of mind that interacts with the law of attraction, the information field of the law of attraction that brings about the desired outcome you seek. Before we get into the specifics of the protocol and the steps to follow, there are 2 ways to do this. The first, which we're going to go through next, is one where you train your mind to follow the protocol. The second is to use a guided visioneering session, where using the ZYGON technology, it will automatically put you in the proper mind state, and then following the guidance, you create the visualization. It's easier and probably more effective, but you should know how to do this both ways. Episode 4 will have the guided visioneering session, but first let's go over the 3-step protocol and how it works. Before we begin, let me give you a bit of a tip. You should set up a regular time each and every day for your visioneering session. You're only dedicating about 5 minutes or so. So assuming you're following it correctly, this 5 minutes allows you to achieve any worthwhile goal that you desire. It doesn't matter what time you decide to do this. Just give yourself the 5 minutes. You're worth it. Your future is worth it. Use this 5 minutes exclusively devoted to the visioneering process. So let's begin. Get into a comfortable position, close your eyes, and with your eyes closed, roll them up slightly as if you're trying to see the center of your forehead, and listen to yourself breathe. Focus your attention on slowly taking deep breaths and on the sound of the air coming in and out of your lungs. Feel yourself. Relax. Do this breathing exercise 5 times. It will only take 45 seconds or so as you focus on your breathing. This is a simple relaxation exercise that will immediately alter your consciousness, putting your brain into an alpha state. In fact, if you were to hook yourself up to an EEG machine while doing this simple procedure, you would see an increase in alpha wave production emitting from your brain in only 45 seconds. The next step is to pick out an image of a past memory where you were extremely happy. Really get in touch with that experience. Doesn't really matter what it is or when it happened. The point is to conjure up a winning feeling or a positive emotion that you can then use to connect with your image of a future event. Perhaps this is an image of the moment you remember falling in love, or receiving a standing ovation during a high school play. Go back into your past and pull out a very specific event that you'll now relive in every detail. Feel the pats on your back, the loving adulation. Remember the voices, the smells, the colors as you recreate this scene. Let yourself re-experience all of those winning feelings. What you're doing here is you're bringing forward into your consciousness a positive emotion that will psychologically become connected with the future goal in your subconscious. This has the effect of anchoring that desired goal into the subconscious mind so that it's energized. We want it to become a subconscious reality. Now, making it happen is really quite easy because if the subconscious mind accepts it, it will alter your perceptions and will look for it to make it into a reality. I'll talk more about how all this works a little later. Once you've relived that positive moment and felt those winning feelings welling up inside of you, the next step is to envision the future goal that you want to achieve as vividly as possible. It can be through a mental picture, a word, a musical note, a taste. Any sensory image that you can think of that locks in this future goal as a reality, as if it already happened, is what you're creating a mental construct of. Each person is different. Some people respond better to pictures than words or sounds. The key point here is to see yourself as if you've already achieved that goal, whether it's in the form of a picture, a feeling, or words. If it's money, see yourself as already having it. Perhaps the images are of you going to the bank with a big check to deposit, or sitting at your desk at work, piled high with $100 bills. Smell the money, roll in it, throw it in the air. See yourself walking down the street, wearing the finest clothes, driving your dream car, and hearing the whispers and positive feedback of your friends. And in as much sensory input as you can, seeing, hearing, touching. Here are some examples. Let's say you're a student taking a test. See that big red A+ marked across the top of your exam. If you're a salesperson, see yourself actually closing the sale, making the deal with a signed contract. If you're giving a speech, see the audience clapping for you and telling you what a wonderful job you've done. Let's say you want a vacation home on Cape Cod or in Malibu. Picture yourself walking in the front door. Notice the color and the texture of the walls, the lawn, the roof, the entry area. Go ahead and walk through the entire home in your mind, filling in the details exactly as you would like them to be in your reality. Give your images as much richness and detail as you possibly can. And don't worry that the first images are a bit fuzzy. The process improves with practice. Again, tie in sounds, smells, and touching. In fact, the more senses and the greater the specificity, the more ammunition that you're giving your subconscious mind to lock it in and then to act on it. Okay, you get the idea. Now let's review the steps here. First, you just get comfortable. Close your eyes, roll them upward, focus your breathing for 5 deep breaths. Second, recreate a winning feeling by bringing forth a positive image from your past and reliving it for a minute or 2. 3, envision your future goal as if you've already achieved it and do a mental rehearsal of that event or objective with as much color and detail as possible. Now, there's one last thing that you must do at the end of every session. It may seem a bit strange at first, but it's actually very important. When you open your eyes, I want you to say the following out loud. I now allow myself to have, and then fill in the blank with whatever it was that your project involved. And then say, so be it, it's done. This simple statement to yourself affirms the goal that you've just programmed and releases it. Why release it? What you want to do after affirming it is to release it and not dwell on it. Dwelling on something is like telling your subconscious mind that you don't really believe that it's possible. It's like wanting something too badly. You know, when you want something too much and you're afraid that you're not going to get it. This is the choke syndrome. When you try too hard, you choke on it. Because deep down, you don't really believe it's possible or feel you deserve it. And it's a very easy thing to do. People who wish for something to happen fall prey to this all the time. Wishing doesn't work for this reason, but visioneering does. Because in your mind, you've already created it. Then by letting go of it, you're actually programming it into your subconscious, the belief that you expect it to happen. There's no need to dwell on it. It only creates mental doubt that you believe it's really possible. And there's something else too. You must believe that you deserve it and not feel the least bit guilty about it. For many of us, we have an unconscious guilt about being happy, and you must remove those feelings from your subconscious once and for all. Why would we feel guilty about being happy? Well, it's because somewhere along the line, our parents, our schools, our churches, or our friends have programmed into us that we have to suffer to be happy or pay a price for happiness, or that just when things are starting to get good, they all turn bad. Well, that's all a lot of hogwash. People say those things because they themselves have a belief system of limitation and lack. That's it, the basics of the protocol. Can you do that? Well, I'm going to make it super easy for you by giving you a special soundtrack with a complete guided meditation that will do it all for you. All you have to do is plug in once or twice a day and push play. And it will automatically focus your attention inward with the right mind state and send the programming directly to your inner mind. That's all next in episode 4, a guided visioneering session.